Well, hello, fellow World Underground fanatics. This is Tex Dixigas with another issue of Is It Worth My Time? And I can tell you right off the bat, yes, it is worth your time. But the question is more, are you willing to go that deep into the darkness? Or would you rather be the guy that goes on the internet and go, I got Transformer on vinyl and get 600 likes? Or do you want to have the first UK 1966, April 1966 newspaper to mention the Velvet Underground and the one that turned Pink Floyd onto their light show? Well, maybe, just maybe you are that kind of guy and you get 5 likes for this, I bet. And maybe so far, maybe 3. So let's take a look at this. Okay, this is the preceder to the International Times, the Longhair Times. It's stapled, it's loose leaves, it's very political, it's Timothy Leary Defense Fund, a lot of Fox kind of style information. And the writer, John Wilcock, came back from the States, and this is where the Velvet Underground part comes in. Here's a letter, like it's photocopied, and you really have to take care to read it. And I hope it says, this is what I think it says, just got back from a trip to Ann Arbor at Rutgers with Andy Warhol and his group, the Velvet Underground. They had lights, films, rock and roll, and all kinds of turn-on stuff. Very exciting. Andy has a show at Fern's Gallery in the beginning of May. I'll be in Japan at that time. And then he has a show in London beginning in June, which I'll come over for. So that probably never happened with the Velvet Underground. That would have been fantastic. But like I said, supposedly Pink Floyd read this, being hip to all kinds of underground press in the UK. And this was a supplement to something else. I'm not really, you can read up on this somewhere. And very rare these days. And if that's a fact, I think it's a fact that they read up on it. It might have not been this, but this is, and then they read up on that. That should tell you how exciting and strange and wild the Velvet Underground and their light show were. And they say a lot of they say also that a lot of the West Coast hippies, they read up on the Velvet Underground and go like, oh, we can do this too. Of course, they managed to do this to perfection. But the Velvet Underground stuff, the few films we have are supreme. I mean, if you see that and you can just imagine the sound, the full brutal force of the Velvet Underground, couple of extra drugs, maybe still legal back then, and that sounds like the wildest night out you could have had in your life. And so, is it worth your time tracking this down? It's worth my time. You have to decide for yourself if you want to get this deep into the dark pit or not. And I think if you got the right kind of Gordon spirit, yeah, that's where you want to go. And especially our man Alfredo, who has thousands of advertisements. And yes, the more somebody has to dig out this stuff and somebody has to pay for it. And there's a lot of people scavenging it off the internet and don't owning a single thing. I especially find this very hard with, I collect Nico. I have thousands of pre-Velvet Underground Nico pictures. And somebody said, I have 400 pre-Velvet Underground Nico pictures. And I was going, let's trade. And he was going like, no, I have him on a stick. He doesn't have a single piece of paper. Somebody in this world puts down love, effort, and money to track this shit down. And in the case of, let's say, Alfredo puts it in a book, you should honor that. Everybody. Every fool that's got $10 can get you a Transformer on vinyl. But this is here, love, labor. So, yeah. Okay. Take it from here. I'll see you on the internet.